Hello, 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 how goes it? How's the life? How's the wife? How's the kids? Hopefully good, hopefully good. Happy Monday! Oh my good gracious, oh my good golly, oh me, oh my, oh Miss Molly, hope you're doing well, hope you're doing well, hope life's treating you well, my God. Oh, it must be something else too, not just Monday. Could it be? Could it be Star Wars Day? My God. Oh, Dios mío. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're having a wonderful May 4th, and may the 4th be with you. Oh, Dios mío. Yo, first indeed. So true, so true. MJ, outdo bloggers.
How's it going?
Yo, listen out, dude. Did they finally release you from the brig of taxes? Oh, I hope so. Thank you so much for 43 months. Dios mío. Oh, good googledy boogledy. Oh my God, King. Thank you so much. Oh my God. This will be the 200th Minecraft hardcore VOD of the channel. My God. The 200th Minecraft hardcore VOD. See, the thing is, that does mean I've played more than 200 times in Minecraft, and like, oh, that's a lot of Minecraft. Oh my God. What a milestone. What a milestone. I sure did, my lord. Now I'm back to class. R.I.P. Oh, you can't win. Oh, you can't win. It's a wombo combo always. Oh my God. Well, hopefully some reprieve. Hopefully you found some reprieve from the ne'er-do-wells and the tax filings, you know. Oh. Maybe I just, what if I just don't transfer this VOD over and then it's not the 200th VOD? And you still haven't gotten anywhere in the world. What? What do you mean? What do you mean I haven't gotten I haven't gotten anywhere in the world? There's lots going on. What do you mean? My God, we've explored a lot of places. Don't finish that, Kessel. You still haven't fought that dragon. Pish posh, you know? Listen, I feel like your expectations are geared towards the I don't even know the dragon exists! And I gotta get so much coins! Oh, you know, listen, you're coming here with your very normal expectations of a Minecraft stream, and to that, you what? Oh, almost 5 years in, I meant to have defeated the end dragon? Ah, come on. I meant to have a finished base? No, come now. Stop being reasonable. This here's the internet. We don't do that, all right? Listen. Oh, God. Yo, Angel outdo. My God. You are anything but not Mo. Well, that's true. I am not Mo. You've got me there. Oh, may the fourth be with you, King Ray! Outdo. Oh my God, the Qui-Gon fit! Oh, it looks great. Oh, it looks stupendous. I'm jealous entirely, my God. Well, I can't be entirely jealous because my God, am I gonna have a lightsaber of my own later? Cause I made poor financial decisions, but I'm gonna get a dark saber made from Lego. Or well, I'm gonna get the hilt. Because for those who don't know, they do May the 4th Lego sales, and I go, ooh, my wallet's dying, and I buy things I shouldn't, but you know, it's for the love of the game. Oh my God, he streams now. My God, hi Tyler. It's true. He streams now. Here for the streak that I dip. Nap, you need to change the sub goal because I got it got met last week. Oh, it did. It didn't save. I changed that. Oh. I updated it. Why didn't it update? It was, well, that was just a miss. Silly goose. That was another miss. If I just don't change the angle, he will eventually walk into the arrows, you see. Oh my god. Yo, Link! I'll do. Oh, maybe you're doing well, King. Oh, I bought the new Happy Plant set. Oh! What are they, like happy guests? Somehow Nappleteen returned. My god. Elite sniper over here. What can I say? I'm a crack shot, you know? Yeah, they fear me in this game. Googled him. Why did this not save? Why did this choose to just ruin my day? We'll fix it. What was it again? I had set it to... Oh, right. Ugh. And on the... How many days are in May again? Maybe that's what it was. Is there only 30? No, there's 31. Oh, I definitely entered it as 2025, and so it didn't save. Woo! I got bronchitis right before finals. Oh God, that sucks. Oh, but at least I get to miss class and watch this. I mean, hopefully you're resting up and we'll feel better. Oh my God. That just sounds like the pits, dude. That sucks swamp water. That is not fun. Never had bronchitis, but it's coughing, anything throat and coughing related. Ooh, horrific. Worst feelings. Well, I hope you feel better, King. I hope you rest up and get healthy soon. I shouldn't be on my phone during Worm. We live on the edge of... What? Nap, did you see what the White House posted for the May 4th? No, I would rather not spend my May 4th looking at what the White House has to say about anything, to be quite frank. Gavin, no! No, that's not how this works! Oh my God. Leave him alone! Mood. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm kind of just looking to not have that sully my day, you know? I'm just trying to have a good time. I had considered playing Star Wars Outlaws because I'd never played it before, but I went with some classic Minecraft on account of the fact that we got a lot of games that we've started. We got a lot of other games in the fire, and it would just never be done. Like, we would just never come back to it. So it was like, I was like, yeah, I should probably, Minecraft makes more sense. Plus, it's been forever. We haven't played Minecraft in bajillion years. I mean, I think it's only been like 4 or 5 streams, but it's just a bajillion years. Guys, if we all gift 5 sub, we can hit the sub goal. Oh yeah, if. Tyler cursed me with Thema. Oh, the image. I was trying to figure out what the curse was. I thought it was some like actual archaic name. Oh, the image. Oh. Why would you, Tyler, on such a day of whimsy, why would you show up and just be like, hey, can I show you something horrible? Can I show you just the worst of things? I don't even have to know what it is, and I can guess already that it is the worst of things. My God. I mean, I guess it could be good. That's how Tyler is. Tyler sees whimsy and he goes, oh no, none of that, right? A little less noise there, a little less noise, like a Victorian father. Tyler comes in and just goes, hold on a minute there, kids. Just a moment, I need to pop this balloon and get rid of your whiz-bots and your thingamabobs. Yes, they're causing much too much commotion at the bank. Yes. Of course, in this scenario, Tyler is, I guess, George Banks and works at the bank. I wish I could control it from existence. That's crazy. Don't say that. Oh, Dios mío. The more I learn, chat, the more every day, this is a chat just always at each other's throats. Oh, what a time to be alive. Me personally, I do have to say, I don't know also, which was another reason to not do Outlaws, exactly how long this stream may be, because it depends on if a friend of mine gets off of work early, and if they do, I did promise her that we would watch some Star Wars. So I refused to outright canceling the stream though, because she made me cancel last week. I mean, she didn't know she made me cancel anything. So, but still, I gotta keep up my known identity as streamer extraordinaire. I am Napoleon the 7th, streaming live on Twitch.tv at 4:30 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mondays and Fridays. It's in my contract. Yeah, Star Wars. See, I knew Ray would understand. Ray, at the very least, I knew would understand. Thanks for yelling at me today. I do what I can. I do. Listen, some days we do a little bit of yelling. Some days we do a lot of yelling.
All need to hop on the newest internet trend. Pizza may buy. The youths are watching Pizza Movie every day in May.
Are they now, Tyler? Is that so? I hate to contradict you, but I don't know if I've seen that trended. I don't know how much of a viral trend that is, as much as you may wish. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. It is in my contract to appear at least 5 seconds in each episode. Yes, exactly. It's in my rider. It's in my contract. I have to be here at least for... But today, ladies and gentlemen, one of the main things we're going to be doing, hopefully, is kind of trying to figure out how to make this work well as a waterfall. And I'm thinking, I've had some thoughts about it. I'm thinking that just like creating a general man-made aqueduct look here that then runs off is probably gonna be better. Like comes across and then like runs off from up here to get down to there will look better, but I'm not sure, because originally there wasn't a plan for that. I was just gonna tier system it down and it would be slowly descend into the area. But then everybody loved the idea of a waterfall. Everybody said, Nap, it's gotta be a waterfall. Nap, it's the only way, legally obligated now. And so that is our choice. But I don't know. I'm thinking here will be the smoothest cutoff point because it'll line up with the walls, which originally I wasn't going to line much of anything up with. I was going to put a big tower there, but Nap, you aren't that online. I don't expect you to know of it. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm terminally online. You don't know. Maybe I've never even seen grass. I haven't, actually. It's all beneath the snow of Nunavut, you know? Some very smart cookie suggested a waterfall. Some very smart cookie clicker. Oh, Dios mío. I think somebody just really intelligent and cool and awesome suggested it, Nap. I think it was just somebody, you know, we should just all agree that it was just the coolest of people. I didn't left it up here. I didn't grab the stone brick. I think an aqueduct would be poggers. I mean, that's a fact. You've nailed it in stone. Brick. Oh god, but no, I hope you're doing well. I hope life's been treating you well. I hope the weekend was good, that you all found time in your life to bring the gospel of Star Wars into it over these fine 24 hours of today, and then maybe tomorrow for Revenge of the 5th, you know. These are important things to do for any citizen. for any citizen of the Napoleonic Empire. My God, it's almost a requirement. Yeah, I say this fully aware that many of you, for whatever reason, have never seen Star Wars. What can I say? Some of you lack conviction and taste. What can I say? Some of you may die. And that is a risk I am willing to take. My God, am I benevolent? Oh, thank God. I was like, please tell me I have the bed with me. Let me see. One of my friends that had never seen Star Wars started watching them yesterday. They're in New Zealand, so it was May 4th for them. Hey, nice. Were they watching just like one, or were they trying to watch like all of them? And if so, I mean, the real question becomes, what order did they watch them in? I'm actually devastated. Speaking about orders, because for the longest time, I had my little niche, this is how, and 1,000 blessings upon the fact that I know there was a VOD with me saying it in it, so that I know for a fact it was documented by date of my version of how one ought to watch the Star Wars movies. And now there's a bunch of celebrities that are saying the same thing, and I go, oh, they've made it mainstream. Oh, but I was so cool and niche and hip. Oh, oh, what a shame. What a shame. Oh, what a world. Nap, could I have convinced you to play Indiana Jones if I brought up Harrison Ford connection? Probably, actually. Probably. The only hiccup would be like the main reason Minecraft's very easy to close out of at any point. So like if I get a text that's like, they let me go, get on over here, then I'll be like, yippee! And be able to relatively promptly end stream. With Indiana Jones, I mean, what if it's a 3-hour cutscene? Then what am I meant to do? Well, what if a 3-hour cutscene begins? Am I meant to just what? Like ignore that? I don't think so. They started on 4. Nice. It's a perfect place to start. The very beginning. Did they watch all of them? Did they do the correct and right and morally speaking thing and just give up the full day to watching Star Wars? Boy, I hope. I've only done that a handful of times, and man, is it? Do you get wiped at the end of it? You're just like, oh, that was so much. That was so much movie. I mean, these days, you can't watch all Star Wars content. Back in my day, you used to be able to watch everything Star Wars in one day. There used to only be enough that you could watch all of it in the same day. Now, nope, not possible. All these TV shows and who's it, what's it, and specialty DVD releases. My favorite Star Wars character is Coleman Trevor. He looks like a dinosaur. Based. Doesn't he like... Wait, am I thinking of the right guy? Isn't he obliterated? By like Jango Fett in 2.5 seconds? That's crazy. We can't play Indiana Jones on the Star Wars day. That's sacrilege. Is it? It's literally, but Harrison Ford's in it. It's Harrison Ford. He's in it, and he goes, "I love Star Wars." He says it. He says it in the. I mean, technically, it's not Harrison Ford. It's Troy Baker, but he says it. He says it right in. He goes, "I love Star Wars." I don't know. They stopped responding after the first movie. I think they fell asleep. No. They got locked in. They locked in. That's what happened. First movie, and then they went, "I'm so ready," and then just put in like an IV for fluids, and put on those little like clockwork orange eye lift things so that they couldn't look away. And they committed themselves to Star Wars. Nap, did you listen to the Spider-Man album? I said you prepare for this question every stream until you say yes. Not all of it. Some of it was. Was I meant to listen to every last one? Because in that case, I have not. But some of it was on my playlist for the gym the other day. Yes, he was shot by Jango Fett and dies immediately. I love him though. No one else. No one is perfect. Wrong. I'm perfect. Me, Napoleon the I've never made a mistake in my life. I'm perfection. And we all know it. Oh God, at least I amuse me. It's the only thing I can do for myself, you know? If anything, Harrison Ford would want us to ignore Star Wars Day. Well, you got him there, you know? Now, do I want to, well, like it wouldn't be flat in the end, but I'm almost thinking it should be like a little divoted in bit. So that comes in too, and then that'll come in that way. And so if that is, if we cap that there, and then put that in 1, 2, let's change this to be, You're supposed to listen to all of it in order, including the narrations from Stan Lee between songs, because it tells a story. Ah. I've been listening to this thing completely wrong. Oh. Oh my. Nap, I will be in correspondence with you via the digital information platform known as Discord vis-a-vis certain prior discussions regarding next week, May 11th to 15th, and I require a response post-haste. Finalize these discussions before the week arrives. Ignore empty DMs is crazy. That is a crazy statement. Bop. But all I do is dilly-dally. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Don't dilly-dally. That's half of who I am. It defines me as a man. Is dilly-dallying, you know? I go in and I go, oh, how fun! Let me blow some bubbles, and I get a pinwheel out, and I get like a little pinwheel out, and I frolic through a meadow for a little while. You know, it's important to make sure there's time for dilly-dallying. It's like mission critical. That's why I said a stupid long message in a stupid voice, so you know I'm going to send this. Nap, if you do nap week next week, I will be taking it off work. What? That doesn't seem conscionable. What will work do without you, Tyler? What will the Dollar Tree do? Sink into the ocean under their own miasmic discountenance? Horsey. Oh. You know what? Also, total sidebar. Well, not total. I guess we're talking about Star Wars. I've been thinking as of late. You know how crazy it is? So I've been as one does, I've been going over cartography. space cartography, specifically as it relates to Star Wars. Just look at all the like different systems and stuff like that, because I got a cool printout of like the known universe in Star Wars, and I was like, ooh, let me look for all the little planets I know, ooh, and all the ones I don't either. I don't know anything about some of them, and I look and I go and I pinpoint some, and I'm like, ooh, and I kind of realized, which is not like a full realization, obviously. It's not new ground or anything, but man, prequels must have been nutty for most people, because you realize most of like the important core like you don't see any. You are only seeing Outer Rim backwaters in all three of the original movies. You don't, because even Alderaan, you don't see it. You just kind of see it. And otherwise, the only planets mentioned are all the like backwaters out of nowheres. Also, the miasma. What's wrong with miasma? You don't like you don't like that term as applied to Dollar Tree? And I think that's really neat, because it actually probably made the prequels like insane, where like for the longest time you're just being told of like this idea of like the rest of the universe is like much more technologically advanced and like really full of big important things. And it's like, oh, but nobody ever actually saw that. You only see the navy of the Empire and army of it, and then the rebels out in the middle of the boonies, out of the middle of nowhere, nothing going on, just backwaters, every last one of them. Ice planet, desert planet, swamp planet, all the places no one wants to be. Even Cloud City is like the most advanced that you get to see, and that's like a mining colony. It's not even a major settlement. It's like, yeah, that exists way out in the middle of nowheres. It's on Bespin. And so I really do think it's very interesting how Star Wars kind of coasted off of just like the idea of what the rest might like. It evoked an idea with its interior starship design and stuff like that, to be like, this is what the fantasy of way back into the rest of Star Wars is. And yes, the Jedi, yes, this order that used to exist, and it's all these what ifs and who knows. And so those prequels are insane, surely, like just simply from the fact that it's like showcasing a bunch of stuff that was otherwise purely theoretical before that moment. None of it was ever like, yeah, that's what it does or doesn't exist. That's how it should look. That's how it should. Like nobody in the original Star Wars movies is like, yeah, anyway, the capital of everything is a planet that's all city. It's a city planet. It's city all the way down, babe. Listen, everywhere you go, city. And it's on top of itself, on top of itself, on top of itself, on top of itself. And there's a big Senate building. And then, like, it's all just these evocative words, like the Galactic Senate, the you know. And so for it to all spun out into the rest of this is like this really interesting, like, it must have been so insane to see that like height of what this republic was for people who had, because like, you know, I never really knew a world that didn't have that imagery available to you. I was talking to my girlfriend about Star Wars. He said he doesn't like the prequels that much because they're boring for reasons you ultimately love them. And he says it's very obvious you would love them for those reasons. Come on, you don't want to talk about trade wars? Come on, you don't want to talk about the chancellor seizing emergency powers from the Senate through a vote led through a vague notion of a kind of Patriot Act-esque moment? No, just me. What about Chancellor Valorum and his downfall? You don't know? Oh, okay. Oh, well, and that's the thing is like, but all of those things, and you can really understand why that like irked people, because that is so counter to like what was presented in episode 4, 5, 6, because that's just swashbuckling space samurai adventure. And then you go back to the other stuff and it's suddenly like shiny and new and like, wow, everything's really technological everywhere you go. And it almost kind of throws a spanner in the works of how the rest of those movies work, because it's like, wow, where's all this technology? But then they're just like, yeah, it's all in the Outer Rim. They don't have it. Which I don't know. I find that interesting. Equally, I find the narrative very interesting, to be like, all these people know that the Jedi, like, how do I phrase this? I was thinking about this because of the new Darth Maul TV show, and in one of the final episodes of the Clone Wars TV show, there's this whole thing that lines up with the movie Episode 3. So events in Episode 3 occur in line with that same animated episode. So like Order 66 and stuff like that. And it says, where like the viewers all know that that's gonna happen. And so there's this really, I can't think of another property of fiction where like a betrayal of, we're like a full-on, and how do I get my point across? Where a full-on genocide of a group happens, and the group is the heroes, and it works, and it's almost fully successful, and you know it's gonna happen, and you're just waiting for, like, and you know the moments are gonna happen, because like, oh, these people are around clones, and that you can see moments in the background happening. You're like, oh, that's the lead up to them getting activated for Order 66. Oh, and you know that's coming. And it's one of these things where it's like, you know, betrayal obviously has happened in other pieces of fiction, but I don't think to the same scale where that many people that you've spent that much time with through different shows, movies, and stuff like that, where like that many people die, and you're like, oh, wait, but those were all like cool characters we knew and liked. Wait a second, because that part normally I feel doesn't happen. But I think that's just, I mean, I know it's not just, it is due to the nature of the fact of them being prequels, and the universe as it was originally set up was there were Jedi, now there aren't. And so having to retroactively do that and start your prequels at a period where the Jedi are at quote unquote the height of their power is very interesting writing choicing. Like, because you're literally in just making it that all the cool stuff you make, you have to plan to tear down. And that's commitment, man. That feels insane. I genuinely don't know, and I'm not even gassing up Star Wars specifically. I just don't know another franchise that does that or has ever done that. It's a really unique thing. My new manager is kind of breaking labor laws by having people work off the clock, but that's a story for another stream because I gotta go buy nap. Stream 176. Huh? You can't report them. You can't just say that and leave. What are you doing? I'm telling Human he's gonna send a cruise missile to your location, to your manager's house. It wouldn't surprise me if Human had a private militia. I'll be real. He just seems the type, you know? He just seems like something he'd be like, yeah, you know, I picked it up at one point or other, you know? Seemed like it might be useful. It was a good deal. It was a good deal when I got it, you know? He's kind of, I feel like he'd be like Pepsi, where they just were like, yeah, you know, we just bought as compensation for our products, we just, you know, took the Soviet Union's Navy because they couldn't pay us. So we used the Navy as collateral. So Pepsi has a Navy? Yeah. I mean, we're not going to use it, but, you know, yeah. Seemed a good deal. Prequels kind of turned me off because I already know how the world is screwed and none of this is going to work. And I have pessimistic look on the whole thing, but also Transformers kills off their main characters a lot. But it's cool how the TV show did that. Well, and that's the thing is, like, I normally am much like yourself and don't really vibe with that kind of storytelling. It's why I don't vibe with dystopian media typically. I bounce off it a lot. And so I'm fascinated that Star Wars was able to like not only accomplish this as a story feat, but make it still feel kind of like Hades Town, I guess, where it's like you feel for whatever reason the tragedy could be avoided, even though you know it won't be. Like you know, it's an old song. Why do we still do it? Maybe it'll end differently this time, and it doesn't. But it's like that hope, which makes sense, I guess, thematically, because then the next movie is A New Hope. It is this really like interesting layering of like, you know, so much will go wrong, but ultimately, well, I guess until episode 7, 8, and 9, ultimately you could rest assured that Luke wins, though. So you do know in the end the Empire gets defeated and Sidious loses, but the tragedy comes first. Me, one of my favorites, background character has no content, but I do have an action figure based. That's the base. Wait, that's sick. You have an action figure of him. Oh, wait, that's awesome. I know you just said you had to go to dinner, but if you get a chance at some point, send a great photo of him to the Discord. Oh, Dios mío. Actually, wait a minute. But yeah, anyway, it's this very interesting story feat that I don't think, because again, yeah, and Transformers is actually, funny enough, one that came to mind for myself as like kind of close, I guess, to like that style. But like even then, it's like, I feel like they always make it Elseworlds story. I could be wrong. This is me totally speaking off of what I've gotten as an interpretation. I do not know Transformers ball knowledge deeply, you know, but I've always gotten the impression that like a lot of the like, oh yeah, the Autobots get almost entirely wiped out or whatever type storylines are always like what if futures and not like this is the canon. And so I think Star Wars with like having to start from 4, 5, 6 going retroactive is very interesting, of like having to both create what this supposedly great previously existing republic was, and finding out how to destroy it. Because the other thing is like none of that existed. Like just random lines was all they had to work off of originally. You know, George Lucas has admitted himself, like the concept of the Clone Wars was just a term. It was a sci-fi term. They were just like, yeah, I fought with your dad in the Clone Wars. He was a great star pilot. And from that, they just extrapolate, and I've talked about these before, there's really cool old novels, and I say old, like 80s into the 90s novels, from that period for Star Wars that become legends and eventually just totally not canon after the prequels happened, because they were originally done to be like, oh, well, what was the Clone Wars? This author got the license to be able to, got approved to be able to write a story of like what they think that was. And for some of it, it's like, oh, it was the Jedi cloning themselves. And it's these like weird, very 80s sci-fi books that are just like, yeah, it was a war of clones of people. No one knew who was a clone and who wasn't. And it's like, versus what it became, which was the idea that there's an actual army of cloned people given to the Republic to fight. And it's like, oh, well, that's very different from that super like almost horror movie-esque, like who can you trust aesthetic. Now the Autobots are always losing at the start of the story, but also the movies and shows and whatever aren't afraid to just kill off the big name fan fave characters sometimes for emotional moments, but sometimes just in the heat of battle and move on. Oh yeah, didn't that happen in one of the like live action movies with what was it, Ironside? Was that who it was? I'm pretty sure he's like a fan favorite. How does this probably looks bad. I don't think this. I thought the dual stare would work as a slight crenellation, but I don't think. No, yeah, see, it's all one color. Wait a second. If I get rid of these, what does it look like? Eh. 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 Okay, not the worst, not the best, you know. All right, well, that's workable. It's workable. Something different in the middle there. Oh, maybe chiseled stone. But no, I struggle to think of another one that's like. Yeah, honestly, Transformers is probably the closest. Because, you know, Dune doesn't do it. Dune doesn't do it. Lord of the Rings isn't really that way. You know, Marvel, nobody stays dead. DC, nobody stays dead. And it's never like the entire Justice League was killed, like every hero was killed, unless it's like an Elseworld story, you know, where it's like, oh yeah, all the Jedi were wiped out, and it's like, oh, okay, wow, oh, yeah, I guess that is all of them go. Okay, well, huh. Which, in fairness, a lot of people currently these days seem to critique the idea because they keep like bringing fan favorites back, being like, "Hey, this guy, he's alive, except not my boy Plo Koon. They never want to give him anything. Oh no, they go, no, actually, I think he did die, and he died like a chump. So screw you, Nap." And I go, no, why? Come on. You'd be surprised, even in the silly cartoonish shows, it happens once or twice when they're allowed to go for it. You make the creators / writers of Transformers sound like rabid dogs. When they're given the go ahead to go for it, like they're like, oh yeah, we're off leash, and then just immediately tear apart an Autobot. That's their first move. Just off rip, or like, yeah, just kill one instantly. Anyway, IDW lasted 15 years. So many people were killed off. Were icons of the original show. Yo, neat. Well, and that's what I mean, where I'm like, that's like approaching it, but like I don't, and maybe that's just because Transformers off the start is like the Autobots on the back foot. I don't know. But, and again, maybe it's just my lack of knowledge, but correct me if I'm wrong. There's not that many Autobots to begin with, are there? There's like what, 100 max? 100 total? Maybe. Yo, crit outdo. New manager sent message to the group chat. Hey, people are late to their shifts too much. Starting now, everyone needs to show up 10 minutes before the shift or be written up. But those 10 minutes are gonna be off the clock, and also you need to do work during those 10 minutes. Brother, that's when you say, hey, if you're not paying me, I'm not working, and if you are gonna do that, please give it to me in writing. You know, like that chat message, and you say, I'm gonna take this to the labor board. Bye-bye. Do you care about spoilers for the new Transformers comic series by Skybound? No, I don't think so. I was gonna send you. I was gonna say send you something at one point because I almost it was a really good deal on an omnibus of a bunch of Transformers things at a real small like hole in the wall comic shop that I only get to every like I don't get to that part of none of it a lot. So anyway, so I was looking at it, I was like, ooh. Ooh, only like a slight crack in one of its corners, and so they marked it down a whole lot. Ooh, and I was gonna ask, because like, are these good? Should I read these? Is this of good value? Reenactment shows are so exhausting, but so much fun. Understandable. What were you reenacting today, King? Was it the Battle of Hastings? I feel like that gets reenacted a lot. I got no basis for that. I just think it does. It's done. Well, like I said, not just pure vibes. I got pizza. What kind? What kind? They can pull new ones out, or discover new ones that are unaligned in IDW. That's fair. There's always more. Maybe instead of I have those to the side and it flows out of that middle bit. Actually, I was gonna have it flow off the top like an aqueduct, like build a little aqueduct thing and have it flow down there. But maybe it should flow at the middle instead. I need vines. Pepperoni, the best kind. Wrong. No, pepperoni's sick. That is a classic. That is the best classic kind. Pepperoni beats out just a plain cheese any day. But if you're like going between the two, like quote unquote quintessential pizzas. I'm a big fan of a margarita pizza. Those are pretty good for what. Like I don't know why, but something about it is just they got a little zhuzh, you know. They got a little zest at them, you know. We don't reenact specific events. Well then, isn't that? Then if it's not a specific, how is it a reenactment if it's not? If you're not reenacted an event, then how is it a reenactment? The world as it was in the 12th century. Ah. Margarita pizza is S tier. It's a great style. I miss Chicago style thin crust pizza. What's that? Like 7 inches of dough and then they add some sauce on top. Is that their thin crust? There's nowhere to get it where I'm at right now. Trust me, pal. Nothing pizza related out of Chicago is worth it. Don't worry. You've missed nothing. You don't need it. You're better without it, you know? Listen. Bop. Oh, hydrate. Wrong? Yeah, I agree. It is wrong what Chicago has done to pizza. I agree. It is just plain wrong that they've done that. Spoilers for the new Transformers Skybound series. Oh, well, I probably shouldn't read this out then. I probably should. I probably should. You type out the big warning at the beginning, I just read it anyway. Oh. For 100 years. And writes new characters. Ah. I mean, that's fair. I wonder, is Bumblebee, have they always been like the favorite Autobot? Like, is that I always, for whatever reason, and maybe it's because they're written as like the sparky new like upstart up and comer, that like it maybe just feels like they were a newer edition, but have they like always been around? It's better than reenactment because the fights don't have scripted endings. It's entirely skill based. We just wail on them. At least look at Chicago style thin crust or tavern style is an alternative name before bashing it. I don't know. I don't trust the Windy City. It's windy there. Never know which way it's gonna blow, you know? Seems deceiving. Seems like I'd look it up and be like, deception. I'll look it up. Why is it in tiny squares? Why is it in a million tiny squares? What the hell is it? That's not even, what's the point of that? Why is it in a million tiny little squares? That's not a slice of pizza. That is a cubic measurement of pizza. What do you mean? Squares make it better? No, they don't. No, they don't. That's a crime. What do you mean? Dear God, a million tiny squares? Nobody wants that. You want a slice. You want a big slice of pizza. Oh, okay. Yeah, Snap, we wail on each other. That's how fighting works. And we won today. Does that mean you like, did you conquer their lands? Are you now a duke? I hope so. I hope it was ducal conquest. Yeah, they return to the moment a lot of parallels for the humans and his son, and Bumblebee is the original character, but he's often portrayed as younger and newer, and sometimes Optimus' son or prodigy. He's Optimus' son? Brother, I thought they don't even look alike. Then again, maybe that actually, you know what? How did I mean this so seriously. How did new ones get made? Are they built? Are they born? It makes it so much easier to justify eating an entire large pizza to yourself. No, it does the opposite. You had 90 chances to stop because there's 90 little chunks of pizza cubed up. Or, oh, I want one more. Well, that's another that's another eighth or a sixth or quarter of a pizza. So it's like that's easy to put away. You can stop a million times with the cubes. You can be like, I've had 9 cubes. I guess I don't need 9 more. Oh. Always triangles. That's what I'm saying. I am not and will never be a duke. I am a peasant, a levy. We were the ones being conquered today, but we repelled them. Hey, don't count yourself out. Never know. Some other nice noble, you could save his life, and then maybe he raises you up and makes you a knight, and then maybe a different war happens, and then you become a burgermeister. Well, I guess you probably become a baron, and then you go on from there. You go become a count, and then you can go on to become an earl. Then you can go become a duke. You know. This would take a lot of murder or a lot of war. I can't lie. It's deeply unlikely. But never count yourself out. That's not how Norman society works. I mean, it kind of is. In the sense that, like, all nobility just comes from, hey, these people had more men and more arms and said they were nobility now, and so guess what? Now they're the nobility. That's how all nobles have worked forever and ever. It's only once you get into administrative systems, like into like the high medieval period, that it becomes more difficult. Well, we can try this. No, it should go up. Oh wait, no. So it could flow out from here, which was kind of what I was originally thinking it would. I'd spit it forward a little bit so it goes. Proof Nap isn't Italian. He likes pizza slice. True and real. I will defend cutting pizza into squares just as much as I will defend St. Louis cut bagels. Many of our standard food shapes are deeply outdated. God, do I want to know? Do I even want to know? Bumblebee is not literally Optimus' son. It's a parallel for Human Man and his son. Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were saying they were. Well, I mean, I still am curious how are more of them made? There's an authentic Italian pizza restaurant near me, and they absolutely despise it when you ask them to slice it. They'll get over it. They'll learn. The Italian people, you know, they're good at adapting and changing. Read my long message above while I type them. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I miss a long? Oh. Is that like their soul? So there's so many elements of like, it's so the dissonance that I have between how serious Transformers lore is versus like what I've ever been shown, where I go, I mean, this is sick, but you know, just like, which I don't mean that as a dig at all. Like, I totally get it. Like, there are things that just have very serious lore despite not seeming like they are serious themselves. It's just very funny because I always think of it as just like, oh yeah, Megatron. He's that guy that like turns into like a giant physical handgun for some reason. You know, the classic move. The classic move. Nobody can defeat Gun. I should add some different blocks to add some better texturing to it, but I guess I could have two spouts, but no, I think I should have it coming out of that top bit, and I should probably add some texturing into this bit, is what I should do. I should get slabs so that it extends out slightly. That's what I should do. Also, yes, Greg, there are, in this case, you would have multiple pieces that have no crust to hold on to, correct. It is a ludicrous way to eat pizza. So originally, they just built new Transformers, but that was abandoned for more interesting stuff. Okay, I mostly know how it works from the IDW comics because it works similarly in the movies. Typically, there's a spark, which is the heart and soul of the bot, and the living metal, which makes them up, and those come together to form proton form. is essentially a fetus. In IDW, there's always cold construction, where someone snatches a spark and puts it in a drone body, which adds a whole thought piece on. Basically, robbing the spark of the body is supposed to be giving the building soldier for the war, and Starscream, who was cold constructed, has a whole vision of the body he was supposed to be given before he was cold constructed. Oh, that feels. I'm just gonna go back this way. Would that work for a good? I don't mean. Please tell me if this seems insane. Is that like? Does that mean Starscream's like a good allegory, or like would be able to like explore themes of like effectively like being trans, like feel like like having the knowledge of like like having the feeling or knowledge that like it's like, oh, I'm not in the body I'm meant to be in, kind of thing? Does that make sense? Did I just say something offensive? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I didn't mean it that way. I'm genuinely curious. Circles cut very well into triangles. Mathematically, they're sectors. It's true. The math is there. The math is there. Square slicing is ludicrous. Chicago yet again disappoints me with its attempt at anything related to pizza. I blame Obama. Not just because he was the congressman from there, but also specifically because of that. Honk show. No. Maybe, but he was forced out of the body against his will before he was even born for the sake of war. There's a lot to cover there. The only time they tried to cover trans people was messy at first and retconned later, and also had nothing to do with cold constructs. God, you're still here? Oh my god. You freaks. Mr. Zombie, oh, that's why I was like, why aren't they dying super easy? That it's like, oh yeah, I didn't hit him with anything. I hit him with smite, which is not particularly good at damaging illagers. Pillagers, I should say. Oh, nice. They left a nice little crossbow. Starscream changes his body a lot out of vanity, but also trying to find a perfect body in IDW. See, but that does feel like it would somehow relate to that theme. I don't know. Maybe there's nothing there. You know what? I don't know enough about that as an experience to properly assume anything about it. I shouldn't be assuming anything there. But it seems, I don't know, at least on the surface level, it seems like he would be a great candidate to kind of explore that as like a theme. There's something to pick at there. I'm taking that agreement and I'm running with it. I'm taking that as absolute and full-throated backing my idea. Oh. So wait, actually that leads to my next question though. Is there Transformer religion? Like, do they have, I mean, yeah, they have the Allspark and stuff like that, and the Primes, and like they got that as like a god-esque figure. But like, do they have specifically like myth and legend and stuff that they go like, here's our Church of Prime, like here's the Prime Church, and so on and so forth. Because their whole like revolution happened because it was like a rise up against corrupt Well, that maybe just was the animated movie. Maybe that's not the canon, actually. Maybe that's its own thing. I was gonna say, I was like, didn't they like rise up because the corrupted guy was like lied about how the primes were moving, and he was just like, no, I killed them so that I could have all the power and like decide who gets what. You did have something, and I'm sure people have. I just think there's also being turned into a war drone element. It depends on the canon. It seems to be a lot of the answers with the Transformers, which I suppose makes sense because I'm sure it's a property that's like gone from being treated like just your everyday Saturday morning cartoon to like being taken seriously to being taken not seriously again. You know, it very much seems like it shifts and changes over time as to like how serious they do or do not want to take it. I did this all wrong. 1 second. Not all of it, just this netherrack. Oh, it's slightly too high though here, actually. So wait a second. Because yeah, if the water level's like here, and it needs to be blocked at it's a little too high. Because it should, this is the water level. So maybe it does have to spout out in the middle. I guess I could lower the whole thing, but still. But yes, there's definitely religion. They definitely believe in the primes, but sometimes the primes are like guys within their lifetimes. They live for millions of years, but then there's original primes like Primus, who created every Transformer, and also Primus is the planet they're standing on. I thought that was Cybertron. Wait, what? I thought they were on Cybertron. I thought that was the whole thing. I'm also very confused as to what exactly the Allspark is then. Because I thought that was the thing that gave life. But maybe not. Or is that how the cold metal constructs work? I'm sorry, I'm just throwing things at you. I'm just like, but MJ, explain this other likely deeply complicated lore element of this property. Wait a second, where are you going? MJ, I'm not done yet. You haven't answered all my little questions. I don't know what you would if I had a choice between a large pizza with convenient crusts or an embarrassing small triangle pizza. I'd take the former because I like pizza. See, what I'm hearing is Greta's base. I should say I am mostly being facetious about mine is deep dish. That is actually a crime. But otherwise I'm mostly being facetious. I have had that style cut before. I normally just knew it as what people did for pizza with like sheet pan pizza when you had it like ordered for, I don't know, like a children's party at a bowling alley, you know, where you'd be like, well, there's a lot of kids. Let's get 2 like sheet pan length pizzas and cut them into the little squares so we could feed a lot of people. Cool with hating on deep dish, it kind of sucks. Well, it's just insane. It's just a monument to gluttony. It's flying too high to the sun, you know? It's like a turducken. You know, listen, I've never had and will never have one. But turduckens just seem just crazy to me. It's a casserole? Exactly. But it's not just a casserole. It's also just this like insane choice of like, what if pizza, already on relatively speaking unhealthy pizza, but more. Like, just like more, always more. I did this wrong again. Man. I went one too high. And I measured at everything, and then I was like, I was too busy asking about Cybertron. Too busy asking about Cybertron and the religion. No. Primus and Unicron are two of the big original 13 gods, and the Unicron is a meanie. They fight Unicron off, and they fight, then Unicron heads off, and Primus becomes the core of the planet. Cybertron transforms into Cybertron / both sometimes and creates all the Transformers. Unicron alt mode is a planet eater, so he comes back eventually to do that. To do that is a very funny explanation. So, you know, he comes back occasionally to do that. To eat plant. It's his thing. Loves him. Big fan of him. He has him with a little Chianti, and he goes, this is great. This is really, this is delectable. Ever had this? Hey, have a slice. The IDW Comics challenge the 13 as just warlords and guys people revered as gods, but in the original series they are gods. So wait, does it change it to be just guys, or does it change it to be like less divine entities, but still godly and like, you know what I mean? How do I phrase it? Where it's like, you know, what is it like in the way that like Thor in Marvel Comics is still a god. You know, he's not God, capital G God, you know, he's not gonna be reshaping matter instantly, but he is a god, you know? Unless you're watching the MCU, in which case they're cowards, and for whatever reason we're like, no, he's an alien. Like a stupid thing. I have you for 10 legal minutes. I'm on break. Let's go. We're talking about how Transformers procreate, baby. Welcome. The 13 were just warlords in Cybertron's past, but also there was a different cast of 5 gods called the Guiding Hand, which, including Primus, is a little silly. It depends on the canon. Okay. So then wait, is Optimus like a chosen one, or just like the first Prime in a long time? Like, is he meant to be Jesus? And I don't even mean that like facetiously. Like, is he meant to be this like restorer of the old ways kind of thing, or is he something different? When Optimus Prime and Megatron love each other very much. No, they don't love each other. That's the point. They fight a lot. They fight a lot. They try to kill each other. That's the opposite. They actually seem deeply aggrieved by one another. In fact, I'm pretty sure in one of the movies, Megatron even tries to pull the whole like, you need me. What are you without a me? And then I think he just kills him. I'm pretty sure Optimus just goes bet and shoots him. I swear to God that happens. I'm pretty sure Optimus just point blank kills him. And it was crazy. Nap, are you gonna see Baby Yoda the movie in 3 weeks? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not really, I don't know if, Ray, are you here? Not that no one else likes Star Wars, but Ray, my beloved, Ray, fellow Star Wars lunatic like myself. Ray, I'm still not caught up with the show. Same. I didn't watch season 3 because I lost interest. Because I wasn't interested in the fate of Mandalore. I liked the Wild West, disconnected from everything, serialized show. I think it should have ended at the end of season like 2, I guess. Yeah. Because I also, what they were building up, actually, I could have been interested, but they were cowards from what I've heard, and they didn't actually go in to like the whole different opinions of like the two sects of Mandalore and the like, you know, they kind of just were like, yeah, these two unresolved like tensions between these groups that like are diametrically opposed. I just don't care anymore, I guess. And I'm like, okay. I thought for the longest time, season 2, I thought they were building up this whole thing of like how he has to come to terms with he was effectively raised in a cult, and like how once he gets out of the rest of the world, he realizes like he's that uncompromising zealotry is really not necessarily great, but equally the old ways of Mandalore may not even be great either. But then, I like Star Wars normal amount. I really only watch it if I'm in my Star Wars freak of a friend who's the only reason I'm watching Star Wars. Well, that's the thing is it's like Sorry, Star Wars put its hooks back into me. So, the angry eyebrows really sold that. I don't know why, something about that got me. Just the hey, read my big mess. I didn't mean to move. I'm still interested in the Transformers stuff. I wanted to chat more of that as well. Depends on the canon. Sometimes he steps up. Sometimes he's has been chosen. Sometimes he's literally just a guy. Literally just a guy is crazy. Transformers Animated goes out of its way to be like, he is just a guy who works. You make it sound like he does a 9 to 5. But he's a noble guy and he gets chosen by the Primes or Primus and gets the Matrix. Well, it's like, I don't know, like there is, I don't know. I think he's a good model for the chosen one method, so I think that's my preference. But still, we're watching everything chronologically. We're only on Andor. We started the journey 2 years ago. How little do you get together to watch? That's not that much content. Also, a chronological watch through is a little crazy. I mean, in fairness, I've done it with the Clone Wars TV series, where it's like you get this guide of like when each episode is taking place in the timeline, and so you then have to bounce around. You're like, all right, sometimes you get a good streak. You're like, all right, then it's season 4 episode like 1, 2, 3, 4, then back to season 1 for episode, and it's such whiplash that way because it's like the Clone Wars TV show changed so much in terms of its like who its audience was, I guess, from season 1 to like season 1 is like no real large scale plots going on. It's very much like villain of the week, episode of the week, just random adventures. Have at it. Season 5 and stuff is like multi-episode arcs. Season 1 is like, and here's the younglings trying to build a lightsaber. Ooh, you know? He does. He's a rock baron near a space bridge with his team of guys who don't want to be there, and then Decepticons are trying to get through the bridge, so he chases them. What do you mean he chases them? Like on foot? Like he's like, hey, you get out of here. Hey. Oh, God. But it's very much, yeah, for the movie, though. And maybe I'm just bitter. Maybe I'm just bitter because all the Lego sets this year are the new ones are all for that movie, and I just so don't care about Grogu at this point. I'm just so overseeing him because it's like, yeah, well, hey, first of all, he hasn't changed almost at all, and second of all, he should have been left with. He shouldn't have come back. Leave him be. We don't get together like we get together like once every couple months because he's at college, and he when he's not at college he still lives an hour away, but like we don't only hang out to watch Star Wars. Well, yeah, but there's this thing called the internet where like you can be in a call with someone and both be watching the same program, and then I don't know why I said program, like you're switching a dial and it's like 1902, but you know, you've never just been like, let's keep watching where we left off, because even though you're a ways away. Nap, it's Star Wars Lego sale day. Buy the new Death Star slab. I already made poor financial decisions with that. I, at the very least, talked myself out of getting the Venator. That is, I don't know. hey Tyler, hey, you wanna make my dreams come true? 500 sub goal, I buy the Venator and build it on stream. That is, for legal reasons, that is a joke. Don't ever do that. Oh god. Being on call with Tyler sounds like a nightmare. Well, I thought that's what you guys were done. How were you guys watching James Bond then? Wait a second, huh? I thought you said it. I thought you said Friday. That's what you were. Wait a second. Oh, Nap, you'll find this interesting. I had a video come up on YouTube FYP. It's a very brief analysis. The attack of the clones, part 5, and the video was 4 hours and some minutes long. I checked the channel. Every other episode also 4 hours. 40 minutes into the movie, which means I spent 4 hours of analysis per 10 minutes of movie. Is that because, like, are they diving into like the animation too? I don't know how they could get that much content. No, wait, I do. There's this subsect of Star Wars fan online that can yap. That puts me to shame for yappage, you know? How many subs for a 24-hour Lego build stream of the Lego Titanic? Any of the stupid, like, multiple $100, like, any of the, like, $500,000 or more UCS sets build stream, same price. It's 500 subs. Again, joke. I don't, for whatever reason, I feel I need to say that, Tyler, because some people do crazy things. We have not been watching James Bond. Oh, but that's but that's what you said. But that's what you said, like Friday, and then you said in the Discord that you were starting your journey on James Bond. Was that just a lie? Oh, I was so excited. Oh, man. Ah, well. When Tyler asks for movie nights, he's asking to watch 300 TikToks. Oh. Well. Doesn't seem like a movie, really. He said you're allowed to keep saying girlfriend. He finds it funny. If it's cool, I don't have to. I just thought it was a fun way of saying it. I don't have to. Because I don't want to like mislabel. I was at 500 subs. Don't. What? Are you insane? No, you're not allowed. They were talking for 30 minutes about Obi-Wan's ship. 10 of which were about the toy made for the ship, and exactly why it wasn't canon despite being in the wiki as such. The toy or the ship? Wait. Who was was this? Was this was Star Wars Theory or whatever the hell his name was? Was this guy? My God. For 24-hour Legos Titanic stream. You got it, boss. Nap, I started James Bond, got 15 minutes in, got bored, put on pizza movie. Tyler, I think that is the most, like, Zoomer thing you've ever said. And I'm pretty sure you've said, like, skibbity riz, so... Rough. Rough. That's, oof. Put on movie 15 minutes in and nothing happens, so I put on stoner comedy movie. Good morning. Oh, Dios mío. Tyler need to go through intensive electroshock therapy is crazy. What do you mean? Wop. It's perfect. It filled in perfectly. I want to tase his brain. That's not ethical. Why the toy wasn't canon design for the ship? That's, you know, probably because it came out before the movie. To be so for real, they probably gave the toy company a design and then they made the toy to come out with the movie and then the final design was a little different. That's probably all that the same thing happened with like, what was it? Yeah, the Lego Star Wars video game, I think. Yeah, which came out right before Revenge of the Sith and I think spoiled the end of Revenge of the Sith. Technically, like if you bought that game, it came out a month before the movie and you could have just watched the end of the movie. Like you get the Mustafar scenes. You know what I wish Lego would make? I wish they'd make the Naboo, the Padme Amidala's Naboo starship. That thing is awesome. That thing bangs. I wish they made that, but no, they hate chrome. They hate chrome pieces. They go, no, we don't want to do that. That would be too cool and awesome. God. Wussies at the Lego company. I tell you what. There has never been a better movie released on April 3rd, 2026 than Pizza Movie. Tyler, was there even another movie released on that day? I mean, like, probably, but, like, was there? Was any other movie released on April 3rd of 2026? Let's find out. '26, huh? Oh, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, I guess. And the drama starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. Okay. Anything else? No, it was just before the Project Hail Mary. I don't know. Donald Glover plays Yoshi. It's pretty good. No, see, because the toy had a feature where sides came off to reveal the guns. Obviously, that's not canon. There was a comic tie-in because the comic tie-in, the people who edit Wikipedia determined that means it counts as canon. The guy was explaining in detail how it very much was obviously wrong. And the guy was George Lucas. The guy running this channel is George Lucas. And he's just going all in on how he doesn't think anything else is canon but what he's made. Which is true. George Lucas does not treat any... He's like, nope, comics and games and all of that's not canon. No, I don't care. None of it's canon. Before Disney bought it, at least. That was very much his opinion. He was like, no, not canon. Don't care. Didn't ask. Nope. What a guy. Absolute menace of a man. I've still not got a chance to actually see Pizza Movie. For all I know, maybe Tyler's right. Maybe it's a life-changing experience. Maybe you watch a Pizza Movie and you forever just go like, I finally get it. I finally get it now. I don't imagine that'll be the case. I'm sure it's a good movie, but you know, because that's the one with Caleb Heron and Gaten something from Stranger Things, the kid from Stranger Things, the guy who played Dustin. Stand by my statement. There was no better movie released. Oh, but the Super Mario Galaxy movie, where they actually made a pretty significant lore change. Is it actually worth watching? Tyler would say so. Tyler really enjoyed it. It's a comedy. I've heard good things. I've heard it's a pretty solid comedy, which, like, in today's day and age, pretty solid. And what I mean by that is just like pure comedy movies aren't typically made anymore. Usually you get, you know, superhero comedy, action comedy, like animated family movie that has comedic moments. Usually there's not like straight up comedies being made anymore. Kind of like the rom-com. There's some take a kick at the can with it, but that's really a two. Though both the quote unquote stoner comedy and then the rom-com movie really hit their height in the early 2000s and have never gotten back to that. I also have not watched it. That's surprising. Mello watched Pizza with me, movie with me and saw the light. That feels surprising, MJ. I feel like the Mel gang always ends up watching like the movies to like at some point that you all recommend to each other. So speaking of, I should say that you fundamentally altered, you personally fundamentally altered the. I mean, I'll be so real. I stole all credit. You fundamentally altered the brain chemistry of a friend of mine because I ended up showing them the Trolls movies, and boy, did they like them a lot. Like they're great movies, but man, I did not expect them to like. Like they became locked in. I think to this day they're still locked in on those movies. It's been like a year and change, but yeah, I remember she was just like, what is this? And it became their absolute favorite movie, peak movie of all time. What movies? The Troll movies. The three Troll movies. The like animated movies with the trolls and the cloud guy. Actually had a canon hierarchy. Movie canon was the most canon, then there was Clone Wars TV show, then other things. I don't exactly remember the qualifications off the top of my head, but I didn't contradict the movies or TV show you were canon until proven not, basically. Oh yeah, isn't that what it is with Disney now, where they were just like everything else is legends and they'll pull from it if they want, but if they don't, then it's fine. Oh yeah, shout out, that's a Merle Friend special. Oh, is that who showed them to you? Is this just like a nuclear bomb movie waiting to go off for people? Where like it just gets shown to different people and they go, I finally get it. I understand the meaning of life. Mellow Jack and Wereplant have all seen the light. Nap, you should too. So like, when you phrase it like that, Tyler, I can't lie. It's a little concerning. When you make it sound cultish, when you make it seem like I don't know, like there's some sort of unspoken nefariousness behind everything here, I can't lie. It's a little concerning. It makes me feel like maybe I shouldn't watch this movie. Like maybe bad things will happen if I watch this movie. Yeah. Yes, that is what happens. The hooks get into you and then you see the light. You know, it's perfectly normal, perfectly legitimate, yes. Like this. No, I didn't want that. Stop that. Don't go there. It's not just a movie, it's an experience, a godly experience. It looks like so much slop, and Tyler pushes it so hard with it. It's just entirely turned off. I mean, I can't say, not in this specific instance, like I've had that happen to me for other things where like I get that, but you gotta give it a chance. You gotta give it a chance. Because I have heard actually really good things. I initially wrote it off when I first heard about it. When I first saw like stuff about it, I was like, okay, well. Because again, that kind of movie really hasn't worked or landed in a long time. Just in general, like people try to make that kind of comedy again. It just normally doesn't hit. It just normally doesn't really work out. So if anything, I'm kind of impressed just that like it seems anybody has been like, oh yeah, this was really good. So for that alone, I will probably check it out at some point. The movie is a slop. Please watch it with me, MJ. Please. Come on. Come on, be nice, MJ. Be nice. Give the mouse a cookie. Come on. Oh, I'm so sorry. That actually probably made it less likely you would watch it. Never mind. Me saying to give a mouse a cookie probably absolutely just that reverse effect. I'm going to watch it at 4 a.m. without you, just like I watch every movie. You watch every movie at 4 a.m. What? Insane. Insane. Have you watched all of Star Wars, MJ? MJ, have you watched all of Star Wars? Today'd be a great day to do that. Today, it's like the day, you know? You too can be like, wow, I love I love I love ATTs, you know? Oh, wow, cool. I love ATETs, this is so cool. Wow, Star Wars. Yeah, see, exactly, Star Wars. You too could be like, wow, I love, and then like list, I love Venator class Star Destroyers. Wow, that's so cool. Oh, what's this? A spider general that just does a weird clicking noise as he tries to figure out what like playing Battleship. Oh yeah, AT-ATs as well. Yes, I still think AT-ETs are superior, but you know. I mean, AT-ATs are superior in terms of firepower, shielding, ability, and the rest. But AT-ETs slap. They look amazing. They're so cool. Pizza movie live tweets so cool is crazy. Sure, that's it. We'll change the 150 to that, Tyler. Yeah. I watched Django Unchained last night. Hey, great movie. I watched Event Horizon the night before. Did you know Django is almost 3 hours long and I had to wake up at 8 a.m. to drive? MJ, why did you? I didn't think you had things to do when you were. Oh my god. I mean, it's a great movie. Personally, it's probably is it my favorite? It's probably my favorite Tarantino film. If not that, then probably either Hateful Eight or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Each for kind of different reasons, I think. Excuse me, so I wait till everyone is asleep to watch my movies. Honestly, you know, I get that. I'll fund it immediately. Oh, ADHD. Base. Turbo Tank, my beloved. Except for the Lego playset that currently exists, which is hot garbage, and there's a reason they're pulling it off the shelves. I mean, what? Okay, they're not pulling it off the shelves, but they are discontinuing it after only 1 year because the thing sucks. It's way overpriced. Oh, I'm not gonna get on my Lego Star Wars soapbox. I'll fund it immediately. I retract my statement. That is not, we're not gonna switch it to the pizza movie. That is, I'm not going to be responsible for your, not even your poor financial decision. You calling up you would be like, get him. I need cowboy western movies. I think I've ran out of space movies to watch mostly. I'm in my western era. Ooh. Well, in that case, I think if you haven't watched Hateful Eight, it's really good. If you don't mind really slow movies, the Fistful of Dollars trilogy is genuinely like really good. And if you don't mind something being like, you know, a cheesy, corny western, then the what'd you call it? Oh God, why can't I not think of it? Well, it'll come to me. Ballad of Buster Scruggs is pretty good. It's a bit weird. It's Coen Brothers movies. Also, I would recommend Seven Samurai. It's technically a samurai movie, but it's like where all westerns come from. It's like the original western, despite being before westerns. It even has like, you know, the duel, like with duels and stuff like that. It also inspires most of anime. Like the way that fight scenes happen in anime largely gets inspired by the Kurosawa films. You don't need to. I'm with you on that. Now Legos is so expensive. Well, it's not even that they're so expensive. There's sets they've made recently that it's like the same set existed a decade ago with more pieces for less. There's no. Oh my God. Saving the world of a watch tab. Woo! Woo! Well, hopefully you liked them. I was gonna say Cowboys versus Aliens. Not a good choice at all. I'm trying to remember. There's one that's like a short mini series. It's not Godless is what it was called. If you're feeling like Western vibes, I find both Godless and then which was like an 8-episode mini series that is solid Western content, and then also there's oh, it has Cullen Bohannon. What's that called? Hell on Wheels? Is that what it is? That sounds kind of right. Hell on Wheels! If you're looking for more long-form content versus movies. I will say, by the way, the Fistful of Dollars trilogy, which is the 3 like Clint Eastwood films, like just be aware those are like, I can't recommend them as necessarily good modern films. That you gotta be like, boy, do I love slow westerns, and really just love seeing like the sets and the score of the movie, because they are very slow western. The Kurosawa films I can recommend a lot more. Those ones I think are actually really well paced, especially because like they're you know, they're black and white and stuff like that, but they really hold up, I'd say. Also, the dumb exclusive figures just rewarding scalpers. Oh, entirely. It's like, or even just the playset. There's a playset out there currently that's like $35. It's like, brother. There's not playset, a battle pack. I mean, sorry, which is like the battle packs used to. Back in my day, battle packs used to be about $15. Hey man, watch the original Planet by choice. I'll watch anything. Based and true. Which, speaking of, I'm so glad to have heard how it, like, just I remember I woke up, opened Discord, and I was just like, oh my God, they've done it. They've truly done it. Like just reading the, I forget, I don't remember word for word, but your post on the planet, on just like how it descends into madness is very funny. I'm trying to remember the name. There's one that's for the life of me I can't recall. I'm gonna see if I can search up the director. Oh, there it is. Tombstone and Unforgiven. Those two are really good. Those are the two. Tombstone is the one I would absolutely recommend. That is my favorite Western of all time. That's the one I couldn't remember. I was like, I don't know, it had Val Kilmer. Why can't I remember it? But yeah, Tombstone, peak, genuinely the best Western I think I've ever seen. Favorite of that genre, I think. And then the what you call it? And then Unforgiven's good. I mean, it's really good. I mean, technically it won Best Picture, I'm pretty sure, in its year in the 90s, but it's definitely like Clint Eastwood in his period of like, I'm old and now I'm old man who walks into town and kills people and I'm cool, you know? What about Good and Bad and the Ugly and those? Oh yeah, so those Good and the Bad and the Ugly, that's in when I say the Fistful of Dollar trilogy, that is the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That's one of those. There's Good, the Bad, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I think there's $1 more, and then what is the third one called? But yeah, it's called the Fistful of Dollars trilogy. I mean, because it's technically an unofficial trilogy in the sense that it's like Man with No Name. That's the other one. So yeah, like, because each one's technically, they never say this is the same guy. It is, for that, arguably, I guess you could call it one of the earliest like fan theories, because it's like fan theories from movies in the 60s, where it's like the earliest quote unquote theory by people was like, I think this is all the same guy. These seem related, even though the movies are like taking place at different things. And it's literally just the Man with No Name. He rides into town. It's like that classic kind of like spaghetti Western. So they're fun. I like those. The new apes are like good, but there are just not much to write home about compared to the insanity of the original. No, and that's the thing, is like they really are like different products, I feel. Yeah, Tombstone's fantastic. Tombstone, because that's got what you call it? Why can't I say his name? I can picture him and his mustache. Oh God, I'm gonna puke. Why? It's because it's about Wyatt Earp and stuff like that. It's Sam Elliott. Jesus Christ, Snap. Yeah, it's Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott, Kurt Russell, and Bill Paxton. And it's great. Great. Some of the most quotable lines. Oh, fantastic. Okay, there is one thing I have to ramble about the new Apes movies, but it's mostly my stupidity. What do you mean? Oh. But yeah, I'm actually surprised, Ray, that you've seen any of them. I feel like a lot of people haven't watched the Man with No Name Fistful of Dollars trilogy, or clips from it even. Just 'cause, again, like it's really slow stuff. It's like, okay, well now what? Okay, we're moving along, but it's got, I don't know, there's something to it. I do have a soft spot for those movies, and maybe it's like the fact that they're iconic and like classic history in the making kind of thing, but I don't know. No. Our TV has a channel of Westerns, and I swear to God, it was only those 3 movies. Okay, I don't doubt that at all, because I guarantee the licensing for those movies was probably dirt cheap, because again, they're just spaghetti westerns from the 60s, which for those that don't know, spaghetti western was a term because there was a lot of Italian directors who basically just got a lot of old Hollywood actors who were famous in like the 40s, but like no longer famous in the 60s, to come out and shoot in Italy a bunch of westerns inspired by the Kurosawa like samurai movies, and they were seen as very kitschy, very not like high art, very like, you know, you made them for money. I mean, westerns were like the original superhero movie in the sense that like for the longest time that's dominated the box office, but was not like critically acclaimed. And so it's a somewhat pejorative term, but it's also the legitimate term for it to be. That's like the time period was like all these Italian directors / shooting in Italy because it was dirt cheap to do so in the 60s. And you got these really, really beautiful westerns that also rebirthed a lot of careers for old Hollywood actors that were kind of washed up at that point because they couldn't cut it after the transatlantic accent faded. Like, because that became what people, after like Marlon Brando and stuff like that began to like his rise, people didn't like the quote unquote fake accent of that. Like they wanted, acting became less about performance and more about like real, like putting forward a real performance rather than a caricature performance. That's a bad way to describe it. Finding emotion was what it became about. So it became less of the like, oh gosh, what are you doing? Here's looking at you, kid. Like less of that like highly stylized thing. Glitz and glamour, and way more about trying to be real. Which, well, you know, a lot of those old actors and actresses were not great at doing. But boy, did the Westerns give them a new light to do it. We put it on that channel on different days, and it was the same scene, the climax of Good and the Bad and the Ugly. That's just the Western channel. What do you mean? That's all they do. In the new apes, the apes use sign language. Caesar teaches them sign language, and you'd think since they use it so much, they'd burn the subtitles into the screen, but they don't. It's just part of the regular subtitles because artistic intent. You can watch without it being directly translated, but a lot of people didn't know that, and the subs on the site I used was desynced by like 5 seconds, so I chose not to watch with subs for the first one, and I thought it was artistic intent to just interpret what the apes were signing at first. It was easy because they just point up at the ceiling and go, shh, or whatever, and I'd go, okay, but then at the end season when the orangutan Maurice had an emotional convo, and I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be getting from this, but I still didn't get it until the second movie, with the first 15 minutes all were sign language, and I was desperately trying to interpret what they were saying until they got back to the ape village, and there was like 7 comments. Sorry, just the mental images. I don't understand this artistic choice at all. Oh, that's great. That's actually stupendous. That's so real. I have been in that situation where it's like they don't burn the subtitles in, and so you're like, oh, I didn't turn those on, or didn't think to turn those on, and it's needed. Oh god, insane. That's actually awesome. Oh man. Never wanted to rewatch Apes 1, so I have no idea what they were saying the entire time. Oh, that's sad though, because I feel like there's a lot of good callbacks to those early sign language discussions. And I was trying to figure it out when they get to the ape village and there's like 100 apes. That's awesome. That's so funny, dude. That's genuinely amazing. Oh, like I'm not laughing at you, I promise. That is a comedic thing to have experienced. That is. Oh god, that's like a Family Guy bit, dude. That is literally. I can picture them making that. I can picture just like I don't know, Peter Griffin in the theater audience, like, what the hell are they saying? I don't get this at all. Oh man, because you're right. There are movies that do that, like The Godfather famously does that, where they intentionally don't, even though I think these days you can put subtitles on, they intentionally have sequences in Italian where, like, if you don't speak Italian, you're not meant to know what they're saying. And that's like partially intentional for like causing a sort of like disconnect, both for what the character's feeling and for what you're feeling. And so you're so real for that. Like, I feel like that is a very honest mistake that I too could make, but that's so funny. Oh man. Oh god. Just the tragic misery of that it tickles me. It's kind of like, actually, it wasn't funny. There was a thing I saw the other day that I was like, man, I witnessed, there I was like watching a person try to get into like their car where they had like 6 things in their hands, and it was a bit of a windy day, you know, and they had like a coffee, like it was a McDonald's coffee, and like a bag of McDonald's food, and then like 3 things they bought, I guess, and they didn't have it in a bag, they were just carrying it, and then they like got to their car or would like trying to get their keys out of a pocket, and it was very clear that like they had them, but like they were stuck in their pocket, so they're like jerking around in the spot, like, come on. And so then they eventually set their coffee down on top of the car to like get to the to grab their coat to like kind of pull the keys free, but it was windy enough and the coffee was not full enough, so I just saw in slow-mo as the coffee, because it goes slowly moving, and then it's about to fall, and I heard them go no, and then their hand dove forward to catch it, but then that became more tragic because hot boiling coffee spilled out. Oh god. Oh, and it was just, I felt so bad for them. They were like across the street, and I just was like stood in awe of this like Rube Goldberg device of pain going off. Oh man, I hope that day got better for him, man. That was a rough start. It wasn't even a start, it was like 11 o'clock, but like that's the end. That's the day's over. It's a wash. You gotta be done there. Someday, you know, I think some days you just gotta hey, it's a wash. Get them next time. Gotta take that Call of Duty 4 Captain Price mentality, you know? God, that joke would have killed on Kick. That stupid. Oh god. Oh, not that the people who like Call of Duty have to watch Kick. That's not, anyway. Well, like movie 1, they don't use it too much. The emotion, the emotional cut. I'm sorry, Ray. Wait, I'm sorry. That is also perfectly timed to have MJ just be like, hey, but wait for Ray. Just immediately after. Oh, Captain Price, my beloved. What a guy. Your face looked so scrambled on the Wii. Oh. Oh, the Wii did him no favors. You watched the emotion cover at the end, and I was like, huh? This is weird, but see, you say that, but there is, I feel like, if I'm recalling right, like before Caesar gets like taken to Tom Felton's Wonder Way house or whatever, where he's like, I'm gonna abuse the monkeys for some reason. Like prior to that, I feel like there's many times where Caesar's like signing specific things that are like callbacks to the sign language he learned as a baby. But I guess you could get the emotional intent. Never mind. Yeah, you could probably understand it. Be like, this is meant to be an emotional thing right now. Okay, I understand. So yeah, all right, fair enough. Oh, Dios mío. I thought that raising it would be the better idea. Maybe I should just have to, you know what? This just needs to come down slightly. That's all. And I think I'll change that middle as well. I do like that it does still need slabs sticking out so it actually like flows out and then off. Or no, not slabs. I could waterlog some stairs, because that'll give it an edge too. I got that it was emotional for the music and tone. I just was like, okay, what am I supposed to? Oh, that's so funny. You know what, MJ? Actually, total side, but not like, I don't know why this came to mind, just into my like right now, but not that I can necessarily condone. You know, don't stay up till 4 a.m. to do this specifically. But truly, if you want a random peak movie to watch that you won't necessarily understand at 4 a.m., oh baby, is a French film. All right, there's a French experimentalist film called Mon Oncle. It's from like 1963, I'm pretty sure. I think it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It is so weird and so awesome. Oh man. And it's just a bizarre movie from a time where like like so many different countries we're starting to make their own movies, and we're just like, we're not doing what America does. We refuse. And it's like, what have a plot and obvious storyline? What do you mean? Yes. So hey, I feel like 4 a.m. is a perfect time to. What are you putting me on? Did you search it up? I think it's called. Let me double check its director's name, but it's called Mon Oncle. 1958, not 1963. My mistake. But it's called Mon Oncle. It is truly one of the greatest movies ever. It is a French language comedy film. It's got a lot going. It's not the most bizarre thing ever. It's not like weird for the sake of being weird. It's just weird in like it's weird in the way that like European film is weird. You know what I mean? And that's not weird in a pejorative sense. That is weird as in like just othered to the norm. Anyway, and not just MJ, anybody. I think everybody should watch Mon Oncle. I think it's a great movie. I think more people should watch 1950s experimental French films. I will add it to the list, I suppose. God, I can't wait for like 9 months from now. I just open the Discord. I just see, Nap, what the hell, man? Oh, it's so good. It's such a product of its time, in the best of ways. That looks so menacing. That chicken could be wiped out by if this were real water. Oh, maybe I should make it the Hoover Dam. No, that's stupid, Nap. Never mind. What a day, you know. You talk a little bit about you talk a little about Star Wars, a little about Transformers, a little about westerns. You talk about French language films and pizzas cutting shapes and then you learn about pizza movie. Tyler wasn't even here for pizza cutting. He that would have been prime time to be bringing up the pizza movie. Hoover Dam, follow Duvegi. That is what I was considering trying to do like a miniaturized scaling of like Hoover Dam somehow for this, but no, it would never work. It was too small of a space. Where I was like, oh, a reference to the New Vegas that we played, because I think that's relatively. I think New Vegas has had enough impact to deserve a reference in the hardcore world. Me personally. I'm winning is crazy. Like it's a competition. I'm winning. Actually, these are just like a tally count in the Mel Gang server of just who has impacted, who has shaped the mind of Nap with their games the most. Oh. Wow. We've been planning New Vegas for 2 years straight, and we're gonna be playing Fallout 3 next, so you're gonna stay under my Fallout thumb for the next 100 years. My God. I mean, we gotta play Cuphead first. You know, yeah, I gotta play Cuphead first. You know, got sub goals to do, man. Cuphead happen. That's a sub goal we gotta hit at some point. Totally wasn't gonna be part of a Naps Hell week of just where I play a different hellish game every day that just obliterates me. Which, speaking of games like that, I guess actually Mello has some tallies on the board with things like Celeste and the like. I'm pretty sure that was. I'd have to double check the sub goal. I have it all written down in the sub goal Excel spreadsheet of who suggested what game originally, or whose name was attached to the game when I did it. Because I guess technically Celeste is one that a lot of people were like MJ as well. You were also avid to have done. I think Mello may have just been the first person who was like, this game, and I went, ooh. What that? Oh. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, I may need to. It gets Undertale, Deltarune. That as well. Those are pillars. Those are pillars of my existence. I will never forgive Mello Hello. I will never forgive Mello Hello though for putting me on the Deltarune, and there's no ending. In the same way that I will never forgive you, MJ, for what you did with Half-Life and me. I will never forgive it. God, why would you both give me cliffhangers? It is no ending yet. So true. Any day, next Half-Life. Oh, I'm gonna send you my message on Discord and whoa, better respond post haste. This is important. I did misspelled. I will respond, relatively speaking, post haste, and by that I mean probably within the next 24 hours, but hopefully before the night's out. I'll catch you. But ladies and gentlemen, I gotta dash, I gotta run, I gotta go watch Star Wars. Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. There we go. So thank you so much for coming out to stream. I hope you've all had a wonderful evening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. May the 4th be with you, and don't get got by the revenge of the 5th. I will see you next time. Ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.